And we're live.
Just barely, though.
Just barely live. What's up, everybody?
Just barely.
You might notice that we are sans Lizzy, meaning without Lizzy.
Oh, is that what sands means? I
Yeah.
always thought it was like a reference to sand, and
No, like
I never really put it together.
it's an offshoot of Comic Sans.
I don't understand what that means.
I'll tell you when you're older.
It's without comedy.
I actually never thought about that, Dan. That might be a deeper statement than you would imagine. Look at Dan getting philosophical on us.
Deep thoughts with Dan Handy.
It's medium depth thoughts.
Mm.
Okay, I guess audio sounds
Chilada
good.
thoughts.
Chilada thoughts. Chilada-thon. All right, guys, we are not going to talk anymore unless you do a thumbs up. We need to see at least one more thumbs up.
Oh.
Okay, that's 5. We'll keep talking now. All right, great.
Be weird.
Got 6. Awesome. This is off the chain.
What's up, everybody? How are you?
Right.
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Okay,
I just changed my shirt. I've been wearing the Daniel Dunlap's
mayo with
not
petri
2 weeks
oil
in a row for 8 straight days.
I hope you're washing it.
No.
Oh,
I love it.
That is awful, and I wish you didn't tell me that.
It actually has glue stains on it now, so I need to order a new one because I feel bad.
Did you
I love that shirt.
Glue on your khaki pants? Is there?
I don't wear khakis.
Is there glue khaki on them?
I'm not Jake from State Farm.
That's real.
Not
real
from
topic.
a sweet shop. From State Farm.
Or from Jake Vance Woodworks.
Yeah, there's
so many JVs.
So many Jakes.
So Lizzy's running a little late. She has to put her daughter to sleep. So it's 8 o'clock where she's at. She's in Dan Central. Dan.
Is she in Central?
Yeah, she's in Kansas City, Missouri.
You could basically just say we're neighbors.
You could. No one would.
Like warm mayo.
No one would say you are, but
I will.
Okay, good.
Speaking of warm mayo.
Okay.
Where's this going?
Everybody hold your breath.
I understand what people talk about when they have COVID and they can't taste or smell. Like, it hasn't left my body entirely, the ability to taste and smell, but like everything tastes and smells a little bit more bland than normal. So
you're saying you've got no sense of taste?
I mean, it's lesser than normal, is what I'm saying.
Daniel Dunlap has no sense of taste.
It's just lesser than normal. Why are you going to say?
And the lack of smellability is the reason you wore the shirt for 8 days? Is
Perhaps.
Your family maybe staying with some other family?
They are gone. So that kind of...
I could explain it.
They went to a pumpkin patch and didn't invite me.
Yeah,
so
pumpkin, because the rotting pumpkins smell better. What's up, Nathan? Hey, it's Nathan's first time. Everyone catch him up on how off the rails this is going to get.
But been here for years. Well, that's like a LL
Have you been putting suckers in fear?
I'm going to sing LL Cool J.
How will you be able to enjoy an entire loaf of meat? I thought I was going to say entire loaf of mayo.
Can you get mayo in a loaf?
If you can, you're going to be sick.
Mayo loaf.
You're going to have a bad time.
Or good time.
Speaking of a good time.
Really depends.
I'm going to pull up our emails.
We got 5s of questions.
We have several. We have 2 from Kimani. K-Manny? Kate and Manny.
Are people allowed to send in 2 at once? That,
you know what?
Seems...
He's there's a backlog. he needs to catch up. So
I think he should be paying us if he's going to send in more than 1 at a time. That's
Kamani. The bills and invoices in the mail. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of a good time, Adam Barnett's here.
The net himself.
The Barnett.
The barn, the net, the builds.
Do you watch Adam's stories?
I do. I did see him throw a bunch of things in a Home Depot parking lot.
Went on a
slash a bunch of tires.
I need more of that, Adam.
Yeah, Adam went off.
I want ranty Adam.
Went off. And then he went to Menards and
of course he did.
Use a tool unsupervised. Kind of sketchy. I don't know if you
No, they allow that there. It's fine. It's a Midwest thing.
They're just like, F it, man. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? We get more sued. Whatever.
We don't have insurance. Go for it.
Hope you've got insurance. In the dark.
In the dark, even. Yes,
you
correct.
did go in the dark. Yes.
No, they let you use the chop saw there in the dark. No lights.
That's actually a really good point. I did not even. It didn't connect in my head that he did it in the dark.
Kamani says he keeps this podcast spicy. We need him and Toma. I don't know.
Well, actually, Toma did not call in this week. He is very busy with many French things.
Josh, I tend to agree with you. Menards is the best. However, I may or may not be doing a Home Depot post in the next couple days. So
you sell out.
You and I both still need to do that post, I think.
You sell out. That's not a Home Depot post.
Yeah, I'm a sellout for cash. I'll sell out. I'll do anything for cash. There's one thing you need to know about me. For cash, I'll do anything.
Cool. There we go.
Yes. Yes.
It's Nick Paciatano. I named.
Unfortunately, Menards doesn't pay to do social media things, so.
Really?
You know, they do not.
Yeah, I think the Awesome Orange works with Menards.
Do they?
No.
Well, that's one.
No, I've never seen
Adam,
anyone.
That's a pretty stout statement there.
Ouch. Oh, that's too soon. I mean, don't take the whole store down. That
right? Don't cancel the HD.
I love that one post you did. Somebody actually went in
somebody
and blurred out.
I can't remember who did that, but yeah, they tagged me in that story.
Yes, and I actually went to their account and I was like, "This is amazing. Thank you for that."
That was pretty good. It's because I went to Woodcraft here in Omaha because we don't have a Brockler yet, or probably ever. And I just happened to notice that they had Bumbleshoots on the shelves, and right next to it was that other O brand. So I had to give it the finger in my stories, and let people know that I'm still on board with that.
Yeah, we are late on host. Lizzie's going to be joining us shortly, or she pulled a fast one on us. And honestly,
I think she's not gonna.
No,
I don't think she's gonna stand us up.
Her daughter goes to sleep at 8 o'clock, which is exactly when we start.
The timing was a bit tight.
Yeah, it is a terrible time for everyone. It's because of all the time zones. Why don't we just have one time zone?
I could get on board with that. I'll bet Congress would totally like.
It was not employed. That's right. It was not employed. Yeah, that was great. I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for that. I was like, he went in and he edited just that.
I actually want to know how you did the pixelation.
Actually, I would love to know how you did that. Please share all the magic because
I feel like you could like use that in such a way to where it would just make things funnier.
Yeah, we love to pretend like we're good
stuff.
at editing stuff. That was pretty good. Imagine he actually just had like a block with those dots on it, like the black and gray dots, and he just held it in front of the Schmodies thing.
Kamani Char, Justin takeover of AWP next time these guys are on vacation. Okay. If you could figure out our login, no problem.
Why those three hosts in particular? I'm confused.
I think it has something to do with their feet size. I don't know.
Dan, stop it. Stop all your head.
What?
I was waiting for Justin to write something provocative.
Oh,
what did Adam say?
Less mayo. You watch your tone.
Get out of here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the pass. Who puts that on their password?
Yeah, who puts a 5 in there? Idiot. You just need
their
4.
Luggage password.
So dumb. I just put 4 numbers. Yeah. Or all zeros. That's my favorite. I'll go to.
No, we do 696969.
I work in information security. I go ham on my passwords.
Just ham? H-A-M?
Yeah, just ham.
That seems pretty weak.
Look, capital H. Lizzy's here.
What's up?
What up?
I think I need to put on headphones.
Yeah, you can. For this part, it's just a straight up call. You can relax and kick back as long as you can.
Okay.
It's okay.
I don't even know how to wear headphones in this thing.
You usually put them on your ears.
Or in your ears if you're using ISO tunes. Or I don't know. doing
I don't have those.
No, it's fine.
I can't.
We'll deal with that part later. No worries.
When we get there, when we get there.
When we get to it, this is
Yeah, yeah.
basically see. Just to give you a little background, we pre-listen to voicemails and get to know our hosts, you know, live in front of an audience like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, we
Instead
do.
of
It's stupid.
doing it
How,
off air.
how embarrassing. So a couple things. There's an audience.
Yeah, there's a
There
small
is.
audience.
So if you just go to YouTube and look up Another Witch Hop podcast, where there's a whole chat in there. There is a whole tens of people.
34 people right
Yeah.
now.
Tens of people.
Yeah, tens of
Fair.
people.
You're okay, bud. My dog is like, there's voices in your house, Mom. Who is that?
Who is it?
We know you don't have friends.
Is that Larry?
That is Larry.
Yeah.
What? How do you know that, Psycho?
Because I've been following her since she started, just like you were,
Following.
Dan. Stalking, following, whatever you want to call it.
What's the difference?
It's literally the same thing, just how you use it in a sentence. One's creepy, one's not.
She already left us. This
I
that
know.
was short.
This
That was
is
short and sweet.
We haven't had a guest leave this
That was
quickly.
fun.
Oh wait, oh Laurie, stop putting my password in the chat.
Well,
Well, Lizzy, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks
yeah,
for
we
having
really appreciate it.
me.
Absolutely.
Even after the creepy comments Pete made to you at Maker Camp, you know, you're still here. That's
I
really nice.
remember none of
Yeah.
those. I was blackout drunk. I'm kidding. No, I was good. I behaved.
There's I won't, it's like Maker Camp is one of those things where I've heard stories, but I feel like actually going, I was like, this tracks. And now it's like, now I am trusted with the secret, it feels like. So when people are like, how was Maker Camp? I'm just like, rowdy.
Let me tell you. Are you sitting?
Let me tell
Rowdy.
you. Let me tell you.
all the reels and all the stories people share doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, that's like very wholesome, but they don't really show you what happens after 9 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
some posts
Not
do
good
show
enough.
you a lot of drunk karaoke.
Oh yeah,
So
that
there
one.
is some of that.
was solid.
It's funny. I found a new playlist tonight on Apple Music called Yacht Rock.
Oh,
Yacht?
And every time a song came on, I was like, damn it, I could have rocked this at karaoke. So I'm like feverishly making a list for next year.
I think I vividly remember third grade, and at the talent show, little Lizzy thought that it would be a great idea to rock out because all my dad ever listened to was the Beatles One album. So Yellow Submarine
Okay.
rocked it.
I'm
And
on.
I could still, and so I'm like, if I pulled that karaoke now, I wonder if it would have the same effect because even then it wasn't very cute, you know?
You can still. I feel like Beatles aren't a popular choice, but they're a choice.
We all live in a yellow
Yellow
submarine.
Submarine.
Yellow
Yellow
submarine.
Submarine.
I mean,
Is
everyone
that the
would
same
play along
album?
or sing
Is
along.
that the same album Eleanor's on? Eleanor Rigsby?
I don't know. Oh, Eleanor Rigsby lived something. They were going through some
Possibly. I'm sure somebody in the chat will,
Yeah.
correct me.
And honestly, now I just want to understand what they were under the influence of for any of their music. And
All
we
of
should
it.
bring that to Maker Camp.
It was the sick. I think that was at Maker Camp. I think I got offered it a few times. Just, I'm not going to drop names or substances.
So,
but
Was this
I
the
got offered
first
a few
year
things.
that it was like smoking is completely legal this year? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think
yeah,
last year was still a little bit of a gray area, but this year
Yes.
was just like everyone was like
It was very
smoking
legal.
right in the tents, middle
There
of the
was
day. I'm like,
somebody-
okay.
There were people rolling joints at the picnic table in the pavilion. There had to be like a pile of 30
Yeah.
joints.
I mean,
it was just ridiculous.
Listen,
But it's also very family
But it's
friendly.
legal.
Nick Berthold was literally giving away single hitters. Like beautiful CNC, like 4-axis carved ones. They're so good. Yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah. I took one from we affectionately call him Titty Nick for reasons.
Yeah, that's a booby guy.
Booby guy.
Yeah.
Booby guy.
I took one of those single hitters from him, and it had the Joker on it. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't even smoke, but this thing is super cool. So I ended up giving it back to him because I felt bad because it was so cool, and I was like, I don't smoke, so I'd never use it. So
I
those
was
things
like
were
drunk FaceTiming
awesome.
one of my coworkers who was an avid jointery expert. Let's just call it that way.
jointery expert.
That's
And
genius.
he's like,
on.
that's awesome. And he's like, it's so funny you called me. I was literally in my backyard with my buddy, just like rolling a joint. Well, this is supposed to be a family friendly thing, but you know,
Oh yeah,
they're legal now. We can talk
joints,
about
power
that.
tools, booze, axe throwing. It all happened at once. It was a good time.
Oh, Josh has got us here. What's up, buddy?
I made an axe.
You
Did
did.
you make an axe?
Yeah.
Speaking of axes, I just got your package today with Braden's axe in the box.
And then
The package was addressed to Braden Dunlap and Daniel Boex, so I didn't realize. Ooh, that's nice.
I don't know what I will do with this, but
That's polished up well.
Very well polished.
How
very,
sharp is it?
Oh, dang.
very sharp. I could commit crimes. And this took, let me tell you, that's a commitment. And thankfully,
yeah, that was a time investment.
This was a time investment. So, I mean, I know with scrolling that things take a little bit of time to get to the end result, but there was a point where I was almost checked out of this. But then I caught my second stride. I probably have 8 hours into this axe.
You know, that's saying a lot because you are a scroll saw artist.
Yeah, the projects you can do at Maker Camp.
You're saying that this took a while.
It's not like
saying that
a 15-minute venture.
Yeah, as someone who chooses to like go about my life in the most painstaking way possible, this level of commitment even surprised me, a scroll saw artist, and I was like, damn,
that's a nice axe.
But once I was in it, I was like, I'm not leaving here without something I could yield, you know, like haven't used it. I'm gonna sand it up, put a finish on it. But man,
make a shadow box for it and hang it in the shop or something.
Yeah,
like
commit crimes
in case of emergency, break glass, and then there'll be like a tiny hammer next to it. Just tap the glass.
Yeah, I need that. I was just and thankfully it was on the rainy day, so it's like scroll saws weren't working anyways. But man, once you sat down, it's like, I don't know that people knew what they were in for. It's like, I'll see you later. I missed meals to make this axe.
Oh, really? Dang, you committed.
The time commitment on the axe making was pretty daunting. Braden, so I was hanging out with Braden from Little Bug Woodworking, and he decided on the last day, I need to make something, and he settled on axes. I was like, okay, cool, I'll join you. And we started the journey, and we talked to somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like an 8-hour commitment." And I'm like, "No,
nope.
No. I'm not starting this on a Sunday."
Braden didn't even do the handle. He literally he shined it up, derusted it, got it sharpened up, and then had the old handle on it. So when I shipped it to him, he's like, "Just cut the handle off." So I took it to the bandsaw, just took the handle off, and shipped him just a head. And he had a double-headed one. So you know that added some time as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the record right now. I guarantee you at this time next year, it still won't be done.
Yep.
Oh.
Just throw that out there.
Just a handle.
I have a few 90% projects, but that's how I felt about this one. I was like, I can't leave this at any state other than like needing a sand and finish, or this will remain in my 90% project club.
Did you check a bag?
Huh?
Did you check a bag?
I had to have this mailed to me.
Oh, okay.
That was my next question. How did you get it home? That's certainly not going on a carry-on. From what I understand about TSA.
Dude, I got that pre-check now, so I just kind of breeze on through. I'm like, what can I get away with? Like,
check is the best.
The best, like $75.
I still don't have it.
Oh my god.
I'm a poor. I don't have it.
It's $75 and it lasts for I don't know how long. And
it's nice. It's nice to have that kind of money.
Oh,
I wish.
Well, here we'll start a donation.
Someday I'm going to be on Lizzy House of Timber level.
I am the brokest person that charges well that I know. So that's on that.
Honestly, Lizzy, I think you need a new sign that just like a new series of signs that just says 90% project. Just like stop. Or like the bottom 90%. Like corner, like 10% of it is just unfinished. Like you tape it
90%
off.
90% clip.
New t-shirt idea at least.
Nick Key used to sell those when he was selling those little like CNC signs.
Oh yeah.
It said plan ahead, and then it like had the
cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Nick Key.
Oh yeah.
Where's he at? Where's he been?
So he just got really busy with family and everything. Like, listen, this is a lot what we do, and Nick Key was well known, so he was busy.
And he was like, he just wasn't putting out mediocre content. Like his content was a time commitment. So I really think that he was probably, if I would go back, I think he was one of the first like 15 signs that I made, like logos that I did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he was always on my list. And I'm like, man, one day when I have just all of this free time, I'm gonna redo Nick's logo.
Well,
But
Josh
Nick
Hescott is in
T-
the chat. Wasn't he one of your first ones too?
No,
Yeah, Josh
actually, she's gonna
Hescott.
be. Josh told me you're gonna be making one for his new shop.
For his new space. And Josh, I've done a few things for, and every time it's just like so much fun. So he let me dream up like a white oak one when I barely knew how to join furniture, or join anything. So at the time, I didn't have a jointer, but I had one piece of wood that I trusted, and this piece of wood was like my holy grail in my garage. And what I would do is I'm like, this is square, and if anybody drops it, nicks it, touches it, or looks at it wrong, you're dead to me. Like you're done. Because I would put that on, I would do a planer sled for the face, and then for the edge, I would put this holy grail piece of wood and a flush trim bit, and that would be my square edge. Don't ask me.
That was your straight edge?
That was my straight edge. And so I'm like, by the time when I got a jointer, I was like, what? Huh? My life has changed. Like my life changed with that jointer. But Josh's sign was done on that very first time. And I think his backer was pretty solid. It was still when I had no idea how to do standoffs or get them to look nice on a sign. So I'm pretty sure I was just like stuck a pin in his and would like eyeball it on the sign and like trace it with a pencil. I'm like, yeah, it's in the right spot. That's good.
But he was impressed enough to hit you up again, so
Yep.
Must not have been terrible.
Or he was like that poor sweet girl. I'm gonna go.
Oh, she needs business. Let me help her out. No.
He is that kind of guy, though. He is that kind of guy. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, he's like salt of the earth style. Honestly, his entire family is so
I
good.
Even listen, even at the time when you started posting, you were already, you've done it for a while, right? Or like a little bit.
No. So when I had first started posting, and this is what was so funny, is like when I first got on Instagram, you guys have to keep in mind, I'm fresh off the J Dub. So I am like,
oh, Dan might not know about that.
I know about it. I know about it.
Yeah,
I'm a stalker. I'm a Lizzy stalker from way back.
But like, it's so funny to me because when I think about Instagram, I'm like, I think a lot of them have social media now, but it's like my Jehovah's Witness experience was like what you would expect, but also times 10, because my dad was an elder and my mom was a pioneer. So that's like the top man and the top woman, and where they're
Good
like little perfect children. And so when I started woodworking, I was already doing it like crafty stuff on the side. And I was at these apartments, and my friend Ashley, I'm like walking the bulldogs. That's how we met. And she's like, you should really post this on the internet. And I'm like, no,
no, thank you.
The devil will find me. I'm already ousted. I will poof and vanish if I'm on the internet. Like, no. So we agreed to start a page.
That's for the devil.
That's for the devil. And so we agreed to start on the internet. I was like, we're not showing my face. Like, I'm not putting my face anywhere on this. And then, like, as you would expect, like, no one knows who's doing the work. So it wasn't growing. And I remember when I put my face on the internet, that was like, for me, as silly as it sounds, I was like, I could never go back now. Like, I'm a J Dub. And like, I was like, I sealed the deal. Whatever afterlife I'm not getting now. No. And so then, obviously it got me out of the fear, and it started to grow from there. But when I first posted on Instagram, if you look back at like really, really old down, it's like, it would be like my hand, or it would be like
hands.
Hands,
So scandalous.
Very scandalous. There's even start like kneecaps. I'm gonna go get Larry real quick.
Oh. So
Mayo's
funny.
Witness.
Mayo's Witness.
What religion I'm in? I think we started laughing at the same.
Yeah, we started laughing. I was like, Dan, you're reading chat. Okay.
I'm always looking at the chat.
That's so funny. Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know,
we're gonna have to keep Lizzy from sharing too much, because we want to save this for the real show.
We're gonna lean into that on the actual podcast, but This is good for
But
everyone.
it was just so funny because I'm like, when I had started on Instagram, it was really just like figuring it out, and I was terrified of the internet. I had no idea how it worked. I'd never had Facebook, Instagram. I'd never even looked at it. The most I would do was like sneak to my neighbor's house and like look at their MySpace sometimes, and even that was work.
I'm sorry.
Legit.
Have you ever seen the movie The Water Boy?
I have, yeah.
And his mom
Adam
is like,
Sandler.
Yeah.
the internet is the devil.
The devil.
Yes. It was like totally that
Bobby
style.
Boucher.
Yeah, but like my entire like it's all been figured out as I go. There's not a single thing that I knew like before. I just was like, I'm gonna build this. Here we go.
That's the way to do it.
And look at you now.
Honestly, yeah. Just dive in. Yeah, still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a little better at faking it, maybe.
That's great. We don't either. We're just like faking it till we make it. We're still waiting for the making it part.
Yeah. When does that come?
I don't know. I'm assuming at some point. But then I talked to all these bigwigs and they're like, yeah, still trying to figure it out. I'm like, damn.
But like at least their level of figuring it out is like making the money. How do we get to there?
I got a paycheck. Yeah. Well, why don't we
Playing the foosball.
so let's
Yeah.
we got actually some questions for you.
Before you start playing questions,
Go.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
Lizzy the little rules, the breakdown rules while I'm gone.
Okay.
We
All right.
don't answer questions. That's the rule.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so
On
we're
the pre-show.
That's the dumb part of this show.
I'll be right
is
back.
We pre-listen to the questions. Also, I sent you a link in the Zoom thing. You can actually join the chat that everyone's in.
Got you.
If you just open up YouTube in a separate window, you can join the chat there. And there's a lot of people saying very rude things about you. Wow, Josh, how could you say that? Things about.
How did I not see?
Oh,
okay.
mute that.
I gotta mute it. There we go.
There it is. Yeah, you got a lot of support in there.
It's like Jesus, like some sick game. Van Stray. Playing the
Kimini. All right, so Dan, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I had to go get another chelada.
Were you drinking a chelada?
Yeah.
Wait,
Dude, I love the white trash Bud Light. I love it.
am I supposed to be watching this on Zoom or watching this on YouTube?
On Zoom.
I would watch it on Zoom and pop out the chat. If you hit those
So,
three dots,
You
you
hit
can
the three
pop
dots
out
on the
chat.
top right of the chat, and you can pop out the chat, and then you can see it separate in a separate window. So we're getting real high tech. I know. It's okay. We'll take care of you.
I don't know how to do that. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think
If there's any questions in there for you, we will throw them your way. But let's pre-listen to some questions. We got a couple that came in. So again, you don't need to answer these. This is just to get you thinking for your answers during the show.
over the chelada. We gotta go back.
Oh, let's
yeah,
go back.
what do you want to know? This is my drink of choice.
That is my favorite.
What?
And I get roasted.
Shut up.
I get absolutely roasted for loving myself a red beer. So here's the thing.
Oh, I've been roasting Dan for 3 years.
My people.
We have arrived. There is nothing that I want more on a hot day than like a red beer. And
Hell yeah.
when I used to work in nowhere, Kansas, and I'm talking absolutely nowhere, Kansas, at a bar called The Bar. And this was like my first out the J-Dub like job situation. So it's like to me, I was like, I'm going buck wild. I'm going to be a bartender. And we would make our own red mix. Like we make our own tomato mix. It was so, so good. We put it in the bloodies and we put it in a beer. And it's like the way that just, And honestly, a Bud Light Chelada is the closest thing to like hometown The Bar red
Yes.
beer and so people don't understand. So anywhere in the Midwest, you can go order a red beer.
Yeah, Pete, suck it.
Yeah. I moved to Nashville. I try and order a red beer and I'm like stuck explaining. I'm like, well, I guess if it's only tomato juice, but like if you have Bloody Mary mix or whatever. I like a Zing Zang and a Bud Light too. That kind of too. Yeah.
Talk dirty to me, Lizzy.
I know.
Yes.
Stop it.
I know. And it is
I'm so happy right now. I've been drinking geladas for 3 years.
You have
on this show, and
validated this
everybody gives me
man
crap.
in a way. Oh God.
everybody.
I
just
drink.
wants to
I can chug these things. Oh, love.
I still don't know how to open the chat. I want to chat.
So okay, on the YouTube video on the page, right? You
Okay,
see
so
where it says
I'm supposed to click the link.
click the
in
link.
the Zoom.
The one on the bottom of the Zoom. Yep, it'll take you to a YouTube video, or you can just go to youtube.com and search for Another Woodshop podcast.
Oh, 3 dots.
Yep, 3 dots, and then pop out chat.
Pop out chat.
And then set it to live chat.
Yes.
That's key.
How do you do that?
The little drop down where it says top chat, change it to live chat. Boom.
There you go.
Because then you're getting live comments as people are responding to what you're saying.
Where did it go?
Yeah.
It's in a separate little window. I hid.
Oh.
Malcolm says he feels like he entered another Nebraska spelling bee.
Nebraska spelling bee.
I am so happy right now.
You
Honestly, nothing
Cheers.
nothing hits the same as that. And it's like that is just
It's so good.
see. I
Yeah.
like a Bloody
So good.
Mary or a Caesar, but I can't get behind the clamato. It's or not clamato. But like chilada.
It's
I
clamato.
like a
There's
chilada.
clamato in
I
there.
like a chilada. I like a clamato. Put a little clam juice in there. You're not hurting anybody.
Right.
Grow up.
No, it's not clammy.
No, I know. It's not clammy. You know,
But
and
honestly, you're talking to someone who will eat a bowl of clams, so it could be clammy, and I'm down.
clams
with
are
it.
dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, clam chowder is one of
Yeah.
my favorite
Clams,
things.
oysters. I'm in.
Emma, can I have clam
Clams,
chowder?
oysters, mussels, anything of the sea. Like
Mhm.
put it into meat, which is like very unfortunate living in Missouri, but you know.
Right.
You guys don't get fresh
I-
seafood out there?
So when I first met my wife, she took me to her family's house out in San Francisco, and they thought they would try to test me and see what I could handle. So we went to a sushi restaurant. I made it all the way to eel eggs before
Oh.
I was like, that's enough.
That's done.
I'm good. But yeah, I love everything the sea has to offer, mostly.
Dan, move to New Jersey. We're right by the
Awesome.
water.
Oh, so good.
The water's great. Come in.
Which is so weird because I grew up so big. We were a chicken and rice family, you know? So it's like my mom.
Same. Except we
like
weren't
that-
Jehovah's Witnesses, but yeah, chicken and rice because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Chilada's
chicken and rice.
witnesses.
Yeah.
What?
Which like I come to think about it, and like the funniest part is like we didn't grow up broke, but then when I realized that my dad also had two, we could go so deep into other things, but there was a reason that we lived off chicken and rice, and I'm like, why were we living off chicken and rice? Chicken and rice, and then she would buy these like frozen stir fry vegetables, and it's like that would be like
I grew up on that stuff too.
we might get some of the microwave veggies, and she was an amazing cook, but it only happened like if people were coming over to actually feed us was chicken and rice. And I'm like, I won't do crew dirty like that. Kid, I can hardly eat it. That's my trauma food. If I see
Oh,
chicken and
no.
rice, no.
I'll eat it occasionally just because every now and then like I crave it, and it's like twice a year maybe.
See, the thing
Yeah.
though is you're in middle America. Like middle of the country has some of the best food. Some of the best like comfort food out there. Because
Yeah.
like we have some great like restaurants and whatnot, but like just in most households, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
I've gone to friends' houses growing up and been like, this is fine. This is very fine. Thank you for feeding me. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so when I did this missionary thing, you know, J-Dub, I went to France, and I went to France for like about 2 months, and that was
Fancy.
so painful for me. It's not fancy. I'm knocking on your door in like English speaking territories, like, hi, my name is Lizzy. I'm here to share a brief Bible message. There was a woman where like I finally just got a bowl of spaghetti, and I mean like this is like lamb. I had taken Taco Bell sauce over there with me because I'm like, if I have to survive eating foods that I don't know, I'm gonna cover it in Taco Bell fire, and then that will make it digestible. for me.
That's a power move.
I was like,
Of all
Taking
the
Mexican
things you can take
seasoning
with
from
you.
America to France.
Of all the
Taco
things you
Bell.
could take with you, that's what.
oh
you
yeah,
chose.
I was like, this will flavor the sheep. Like this is flavor whatever I have to the cassoulet, it will flavor it. Like you just don't know those foods, you know. So I'm like shitting my pants constantly because it's like so rich. I'm like, I'm dying over here. So it's like at least if I cover it in fire sauce, I can get this sucker down. Okay. Well, let me tell you, the excitement I had when it was just a simple bowl of spaghetti placed in front of me, I was like, I'm so good with. So we're at a guest's house, and I am like, so I go and I'm like, these noodles look a little weird. It wasn't spaghetti. It was a type of onion dish, like softened onions with a sauce on them, like with noodles in it. But when I took a bite of what I thought was going to be innocent noodles, and it was nothing but just like softened onion.
Like caramelized onion instead of
That sounds
spaghetti?
amazing to me.
No. I almost cried. And I don't even know if it tasted that bad or if it was just like the shock. Like I hate food that looks like something else. Like don't give me like a cupcake that's actually meatloaf. You know when people like do the thing and they're like, let's make this really cute and look like a cupcake. No, I'll barf. If I
Is
take a
it
bite of
cake? It
something,
freaking better
Yeah,
be.
that show on Netflix.
Better be cake.
so when I'm like sore, and I don't even know if it tasted bad, but it was just the sheer disappointment of eating. I faked a sickness. I like went to the bathroom, pretended that I was throwing up, and I committed. I had water slosh sounds. I got
Oh
water.
my gosh.
I did it all. I was like,
There's an
"Get
app
me
for
out of
that.
here. I'm so ready to go home." I called my parents. I was like, Jehovah is proud. Can I come back to America? I'm ready.
Jehovah is proud. I need to
Send
leave.
me home.
My
I had spaghetti onions. I'm
Oh
done.
God. You know, I can relate to that because the other day I went to like reach for my coffee and I sipped my grapefruit juice. And like I was drinking both. So like I
Ooh.
understood the flavors were there, but my brain was in no way expecting that. It was expecting coffee.
Before, like I
And it's a full body reaction. You're just like,
right. You take a drink of something you're expecting like Mountain Dew and you get coffee. And
yes.
What the hell was
It's
that?
just like, what is going on? It's the worst. Yeah, that is a food crime, Kamani. You are correct. Minced meat cookies. Oh my God. Minced meat cookies.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest. The onion spaghetti sounds amazing. I kind
Listen,
of want to eat it.
I love caramelized onion. I like tomato sauce. Don't put them together. That's a blasphemy.
No,
No,
they
caramelized
go together
onions.
perfectly. What are you talking about?
Caramelized onions need to be on like a burger or something. Like, I don't know. It's just.
I think they'd be great in a tomato sauce. I don't know what you're
I
talking
mean,
about.
onions in a sauce or gravy if you're
Caramelized, though, I
Italian.
think
You know,
yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
all on board with the caramelized onions and the tomato sauce.
just to get
I love
together.
caramelized
No,
onions.
yeah.
To get like it may be in a certain situation, but when I am twirling what I think is spaghetti, there was no char on it. It was just the weirdest. It was the weirdest thing in my entire life.
I boiled it. It was
I
gross.
can agree with that. If you're expecting one thing and you get another, that's
After
traumatizing
just, like,
at the best.
lamb. I had some really good meals, but it's like their chicken and rice would be like lamb and like lentils or something. So I'm like, the amount of lamb and lentils I've eaten, and I was just like ready for spaghetti. Like, I don't even remember the rest of the trip. It was all awful.
It was
And I
all it was all downhill from there. Oh my God. Now when you're
Caramelized onions and mayo, that's Alfredo.
get out of here. Oh, Adam.
That's Nebraska Alfredo right there.
All right. Well,
So if you didn't know, I like mayo, and the chat tends to make fun of me for that. So they'll make
it's a
lot of
very
mayo
mayo-centric conversation. That's his like comfort food is mayo on anything.
Yeah. Some people like to enjoy peanut butter out of the jar. I enjoy mayo the same way.
So something that I tried, which I think was just also growing up on chicken and rice, is it took me until I was 30 years old. So last year was the first time that I tried yellow mustard. Shit fucks. It's so good. I've never known.
What?
Yellow mustard's it's great.
I don't know. I just think that I had built like a food thing around it. Like I was like terrified of it. And then I think Crew and I got like Happy Meals one day. And like, me on trauma, like I'll order hers, whatever. I'm like, that's fine for you, babe. Live your journey. But mama's getting this plain. And I think they got switched. And so I ate it and it had mustard on it. And I was like, oh.
Ooh, why is this so spicy?
I was like, do I actually like mustard? And then I was like, let me get a little. And now if I squeeze mustard on it, I'm the kind of person who will like finish out the packet. Who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Just found a new thing. That's why I firmly believe in that, like your palate from childhood,
mustard trauma,
to, like teenage years,
mustard trauma is real. I think I have mustard trauma at a very early age.
But you gotta try stuff that if you hated it as a child, you have to go in with an open mind as an adult, because I truly believe that your palate changes. There's stuff I hated growing up that now I'm like, give me more. Yeah,
I'm constantly trying to get my kids to try things that they have. That they've held on to the fact that, no, I hate those things. I hate them. No, now that you're getting older, you need to try these things because your taste.
Someone,
Bonnet
Build said that is the whitest thing I've ever heard, and that tracks. I saw this thing, and it was one of the funniest videos I've seen on Instagram, and it was a panel, and the entire panel, I mean, all ethnicities on this panel, which is what made it even funnier, is that every person was like, what are the whitest things that white people say? And they were all dead accurate. Gosh darn it. And then the other, there was some more on there. One was like, gosh darn it. And then the other one was like, whoop, or I'll
I knew that was going to be
and then what was the other? Cheese and crackers instead of
I've never said that.
Instead of Jesus Christ. And then the other one was like,
I go for the gold on that one.
Yeah. The other one was like, what's the whitest way to say goodbye? And then well, I better head.
Welp.
Wait, I saw that it was
WELP, welp.
Was it? It was like Wisconsin or one of the cheese states. You know the cheese states.
One of the cheese states.
Where it's like,
How many
if
cheese states are
if
there?
you ever need to leave at any given time, all you have to do, hands, welp, and just stand straight up. And then everyone else in a room is gonna go, welp, and then you can just go. And now that gives an out to everyone else. They can leave as well now.
I know. There were some ones that were just like the amount that I have caught myself saying. I'm like, whoa, this is too white.
You do live in Missouri. Also, listen,
let's skedaddle.
Kansas City has some pretty good barbecue. Have you not had barbecue with mustard as a base? Because that tends to be a base for a lot of barbecue. Although it might be a southern thing.
I don't even love barbecue.
Yeah, but it gets
what?
You don't like barbecue and you live in Missouri?
I like barbecue, but it's like that gives me the meat sweats. Like you've got to be the right.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
You gotta be prepared.
It's a whole body experience.
Literally, barbecue tastes so good, but it's a commitment because it's like whenever I'm eating barbecue. Yeah, but I'm gonna be down for the rest of the day. I'm gonna have a little tummy ache, which is another white people think my tummy hurts. Like only white people say tummy, I think.
What's the trend on TikTok is like hot girl tummy troubles or whatever, like hot girls with IBS.
Hot girls have IBS, and I stand by this. So don't even come at me for an experience.
I'm not. Because it's so true.
I'm an open book, and I just think that we need to share certain things. And so everyone told me that at some point, like you haven't really lived your 30s until you've pooped your pants.
Facts.
By the way, we should have warned everyone that Lizzy is very much an open book, and she is raunchier than Dan and I put together. So please continue.
No, that's on facts. Yeah, I don't know what's changed in my body, but like when it hits you, it hits you.
I could share stories. I could write books about the times I shit in my pants in my 30s.
It's funny you say that, like, and obviously, like we're not that messy. We're not children, but anytime I pack, I was going away for a weekend, like 3 weekends in a row. I always pack like an extra outfit, and sometimes and then some.
Dude,
and then,
I'm in my 40s and I'm packing outfits like I'm gonna shit myself twice a day.
Like, I'm like, where, like, what? Emma asked me at some point, like, why are you bringing that many pairs? I'm like, what if I
come to your house for 2
all over
days?
me? What if something happens? I'm changing all my clothes.
Until you guys have had to poop in a Sonic cup in your truck with your toddler telling you how bad it smells, I don't even want to talk to you.
Wait, hold up. No, I'm gonna be asking you about your origin story later.
And let me for it to have reached that level, when I say that it's bad, like there was no other option. And
I lived so many lives in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
Thank God I got in Route 44. That's all I can say. Otherwise,
I don't want more details. And
no,
I don't.
No, for patrons only.
I feel bad for your child. That's going to be like a drama story for your child.
Listen, Crew's a trooper.
He's going to be like 15, 16 and just kind of like shockingly remember, wait a minute.
I'm just saying, like all the videos.
She's going to have like That's So Raven flashbacks to when she was young.
My Instagram is so curated that it's usually like some awful meme about like trying to be single and dating. And I'm like, yep, that tracks. Or it's some other meme about IBS or like pooped your pants situation. I was like, that's tracks. And then it's like woodworking. So my explore page is like 3 very specific genres.
3 genres. Oh my God.
I couldn't eat Sonic for the longest time because of other things that had to do with poop, and now I won't be able to eat them for another
Oh my god, this is all right.
15, 20 years.
Let's get this poop show back on the road, on tracks or
Yeah,
whattever.
we haven't even started listening to
Let's get into questions.
And
This is
I
all
need another drink.
this is all podcast material.
Already.
All right.
Already. I need another drink.
Well, Dan, can I pre-listen to questions with Lizzy?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. So first one's from Nick Pachi, and it sounds like a more like actual serious question. So let's try to be serious for a second.
But we're not
What's up,
answering.
gang? This is Nick from the.
What was that?
But we're not answering.
No, don't answer. This is just so you can think about like, oh, I guess I'll answer it like this, or this guy's stupid.
Okay.
Why is he asking this question? Whatever.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll filter what I have to say.
Yeah. So Nick Pachi,
What's up, gang? This is Nick from the Working Grain.
you heard right?
So I have kind of a two-part question this week, and it's geared more towards those of us who have children. Sorry, Pete, Dan does not count as your child. But anyways, the first part of the question is more for Lizzy. So I have a 2.5-year-old, and my youngest will be 1 next month. And I'm always struggling to find time to spend with them and also get into the shop and get projects done. So I'm curious as to how you find the best balance between spending time with crew and getting your orders finished. I know you spend a lot of time with her in the shop, which is awesome to see. And I'm hoping to do that with my sons as they grow up a little more. And then the second part of the question is for Dan. Now that your kids are growing up a little bit more and more independent, was there ever a time that you had that struggle of work-life balance, spending time with your kids, but also getting the projects finished, and how that's improved as they've grown up? Looking forward to hearing your answers, guys. Have a great day.
You're not going to like my answer.
I love getting a question where I can take a nap because all the answers are not involving me.
No, Pete, you'll be there someday.
It's okay. I'll get there. We're still practicing.
Do you
Guys.
wanna-
Relax. We're practicing.
Do you want
I
to?
just did it on accident.
Do you want to make the announcement now, Pete?
Oh, I'm very excited to announce that next question's from Malcolm.
Hey guys, it's
Oh, okay, there it
Malcolm
is.
from Boston Nova Woodworks, and this week I just want to say hi to Lizzy from House of Timber. Lizzy, you're a really talented maker, but I just love also that you lean into being a mom with your content. It's awesome, and I'm super impressed that the guys were able to land you as a guest this week. Guys, keep it up.
It
This
took
is
a lot
great.
of convincing.
Anyway, this week's question is about product development, sort of. I've been struggling to find something that I actually enjoy making that people will either buy or pay me to build. So I was wondering if each of you could talk a little bit about your process when you first started out, how you found things that people wanted to buy or pay you to build that you actually liked doing. And we all know it's a job and you don't have to like everything, but obviously as creators, we want to create things and we want people to appreciate those. So just walk me through some of that. I appreciate you. All right, bye.
Question, Malcolm.
Good question.
Why are you going to make me think?
Yeah, I hate thinking. Well, whatever. Keep drinking, and it gets real easy to
It's
think.
going to be worse as we go.
By the time, honestly, if we get to questions,
I'm on my third of 4 chiladas, so the
All
show should be fun.
Also, this question from Kamani should be fun, and apparently that selfish bastard wrote in with 2.
Yo, what
He
do you
owes
do?
us.
Just kidding. Hey
Oh
guys,
my God.
it's Kimani.
He makes one rap
just
song
wanted
and all of a
to
sudden
say
he's gangster.
hey to Lizzy. I got to meet you last year and talk a little bit at Workbench Con, which was pretty awesome. So my first question is for you. So a lot of your creations over the years have been inspired by Crew. So now that she's getting a little bit older, I wanted to know if you are working on or thinking about working on any bigger toddler-sized builds inspired by her. And 2, this would be a question for the group. There are a lot of, maker shows, or at least there were a lot of maker shows. But if you had the opportunity to be on a maker-related TV show, what would you do it? And what kind of show would you want it to be? Like a competition, a build-off, a group build, something like that. All right. You guys have a great show, and buy my album, Big Glue Up. All right, bye.
Oh my God.
You actually leaned into it. I love it. I was not ready for that. Kamani, 9 out of 10. That's good stuff.
If you haven't seen Kamani's reel yet, where he did like a rap of what's it called? Big Glue Up? Is it called Big Glue Up?
Big glue up.
No, it's a fantastic reel. It really is. Oh my God.
I need it sent.
That's great.
Justin Frazier says, I'm just pitching a show title now, Making Memories at Sonic.
Memories were made after Sonic. That's
Oh,
the problem.
all you can make
Memories
is
were
walnut.
Memories were made on the way to the grocery store. I thought that we could make it in the grocery store. I then found out that we couldn't. And then we had to get back in the truck, which thankfully has tinted windows. It's a whole thing.
Also, it's Missouri, so like between towns, it's not like Jersey where it's like you don't know where one starts, one ends. It's
dark.
Minutes between towns.
I'm assuming it was dark out for some reason. I don't know why.
No, it was daylight.
Certainly wouldn't do that in broad daylight.
You're a trooper.
It's daylight. Yeah.
One of us.
It
One
wasn't
of
daylight.
us.
It was daylight.
All right. Well,
Oh, God.
we honestly we can just keep going with the pre-show, but I really want to jump into the show because I feel like it's gonna be good.
I think this is gonna be a great
It's
show.
gonna be off the rails, and
I'm
I'm
not getting
so
any more
excited.
sober, so we need to wrap this up and actually go to the show.
Yeah.
Thanks
awesome.
everybody for joining us this week.
Yeah.
B2. Oh my
B2,
God.
B2, BA,
B2.
A2.
Yeah, all the letters.
Andrew,
be sure to check out the actual show this week when it comes out on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm super.
You're gonna love it.
So we'll see y'all next week, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And next week we don't have a guest yet, but we'll probably have somebody lined up. So just stay tuned, pay attention, and we'll figure someone out. So we'll see y'all next week, and love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.